I'm trying. Get this word in, Chris. I'm trying. I don't know. I'm trying. Lord, the Lord has been so good. He's just been so good. Oh, he's been so good. And just grab somebody and hold him by the hand and just say he's been so good. Yeah, he's been so good. Just say he's been so good. And let me hear you get your shot on for about 3 good seconds. Hey, hold on. That's how you would shout if he just paid your disco bill. But I said shout like you love the Lord. If you paid your disco bill and paid your rent, but I said get your shadow like you on vacation, the Lord told me through the power of the Holy Spirit, he said, Maurice, I've got one more word that I want you to get in on. You had to go through to get to where God has got you going. I've got one more word that I want you to bring before my people. I've got one more you had to go through to get to where God has got you going word. And I want you to stand before my people, and I want you to tell them what it is that I have to say about this matter that affects so many. You see, if you have to go through to get to where God has got you going, then the question for a whole lot of people is, how do I go through and get to where God has got me going and I'm broke? How do I go through to get to where God has got me going and I may be broken? How do I go through to get to where God has got me going and I'm all of the above? And look at somebody and say, some folk got two things working at one time. And somebody can feel me when I talk about being broke, because if it was not for your mama, or it was not for your daddy, or it was not for your auntie or your grandma or your cousin and them, you would be in a world of trouble right now as it relates toward being able to live for yourself. Somebody understands what I'm talking about right now, because when you sit down every weekend, you add up all of the bills. You don't even look at them no more, because if you added it all up, you'd be so overwhelmed and so afraid you would be ready, some folk, to throw in the towel. I'm talking to somebody this morning. This sermon is not for the folk that's rich and you got it made like that, but I'm talking to the people who are doing the very best that you can and giving the very best that you can, and you are broke or you are broken at this particular time. And everybody is calling you, and everybody is phoning you, trying to get theirs. And it's so bad in your home that you have haven't taught your children math or science or English, but you taught them phone technology. Yes, you have. You taught them how not to answer the phone for 1-800 numbers. You taught them how to not answer the phone for out of area call. And you taught them, don't you ever touch the phone when you see PVT. Somebody knows what I'm talking about right now when I talk about broken. Because if we would change your name would be almost. Yes, it would, because you've always come almost this close to being happy. You've always come almost this close to getting a breakthrough. You've always come almost this close to being satisfied. You almost come this close to landing the major job or the major contract that will put you over the top. You always almost come just close enough to get to the altar because you just knew that this time that he was it or that she was it, but then something in your life always falls apart and life has got you broken right now. Oh, somebody knows what I'm talking about. I'm no different than you are out there new beginning this morning. I cry out the same way to God, sometimes just like you do. I ask God, don't you see me right now? Don't you hear me right now? Can't you feel me right now? Don't you see what I'm going through right now? I wish I had some folk up in my Father's house this morning that want a blessing and want to be honest, because you are living a life and you are broke or you are broken right now. Oh, I wish I had some praise folk with me right now. This is not the day to sit there and act like it's not you. This is the day to get up on your feet and say, it's me, oh Lord, that's standing in the need of a blessing and standing in the need of a miracle right now. I need you. How do you go through to get to and you're broke? Or you are broken? Yes, broken because life has dealt you a bad blow. Broken because somebody broke your heart again. Broken because you can't ever get there. Broken, or you're just flat out broke. Well, you know this word and you looked at it from one area so many times before, and it's always viewed from the crippled man being healed by the power of Peter and John. But while I was away on vacation, the Lord said, no, Maurice, I'm going to give you a way to look at this word that nobody has looked at it before. I want you to look at this word and I want you to teach for a few moments on what you do about being broke, because this word is about brokenness and it's about being broke and what you can do to get through, even if that's you right now. Come on and give God some in-advance praise. Come on and give him some in-advance praise right now. He's about to answer some questions. He's about to give you some answers, and you ought to give him some in-advance praise right now. You know this word. I don't have to give it to you. It starts out in verse 1 that Peter and John went to the temple to pray. You know this word. I don't have to give it to you. It says around verse 2 that the crippled man came on the scene and that he was placed at the gate called Beautiful, where he waited every day to beg. You know this word. I don't have to give you this word. You should know it by heart by now. This man sees Peter and he sees John coming in, and he decides to ask them would they give him some money, since that's what he's there doing. He's there begging. You know this word already right now. I shouldn't have to give this thing to you again. When he asked them about giving him some money, they looked back at him and let him know that, hey, when it comes down to silver and gold, we don't have any of that, but what we do have, we will give to you. And in the name of Jesus Christ, I need you to get up right now and walk. Well, when you look at this word, there are 3 or maybe 4 things in this word that you ought to do today if you are broke or if you are broken.